West Ham star Edson Alvarez speaks out on Manchester United move this summer. West Ham United star Edson Alvarez says his sole focus is on Mexico's Copa America campaign despite interest from Manchester United. Alvarez starred under Erik Ten Hag during their time together at Ajax, winning 2 Dutch titles under the Dutchman before leaving for the Premier League. After a move to Chelsea fell through in 2022, the midfielder joined West Ham United last summer as a replacement for Declan Rice following his move to Arsenal. Alvarez excelled during his first season in England, with United now interested in bringing him to Old Trafford as a replacement for Casemiro. For now, however, Alvarez is only focusing on the campaign ahead for Mexico rather than his club future. "I can only tell you that I'm focused on what I have to do. I know that the Copa America is a very important tournament where the eyes of the world are basically here," Alvarez said ahead of Mexico's tournament opener against Jamaica on Saturday in Houston. "Later there will be time to see what there is or what there isn't." United are eager to bring in a new holding midfielder this summer as a long-term replacement for Casemiro. The Brazilian's future in Manchester is uncertain, with clubs in Saudi Arabia interested in signing him after a difficult second season at United. Benfica starlet João Neves is also on United's radar, but the Portuguese giants are adamant any interested sides must pay his £104 million release clause, a fee that will surely be out of United's reach this summer. United have discussed the prospect of signing Alvarez this summer, with Ten Hag still a keen admirer of the 26-year-old. But just a year on from his £35 million move to West Ham, the Hammers are unlikely to sell, regarding him as a key player in East London. Any move to Old Trafford would see Alvarez link up with former Ajax teammates Lisandro Martinez and Antony. Alvarez starting 28 of West Ham's 38 league games last season, while also featuring heavily in their Europa League run, scoring 2 goals and providing 2 assists. Man United are looking at a move for £35 million Edson Alvarez alternative. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall is a name that has been on the transfer mill for quite some time, with the Leicester City star having flourished for the Foxes in the Championship last season. And despite achieving promotion to the top flight at the first time of asking last season, there could still be a move on the cards for the boyhood Leicester fan, with Ben Jacobs exclusively telling GiveMeSport that Manchester United and Brighton are in the mix for his signature. Dewsbury Hall was one of Leicester's best players when they suffered relegation to the Championship back in 2023, and he massively stepped up his efforts when the Foxes needed him most, having dropped down to the second tier, with 12 goals and 14 assists in 44 league games to secure an instant return. Dewsbury Hall has been linked elsewhere in the past. Interest in his signature is not new, having excelled last season. His form did lead to transfer rumours throughout the campaign. However, Tottenham were one of the names linked with a potential move for his signature, with the club having already shopped at Leicester in the summer for James Maddison. With the playmaker enjoying a solid start to life in North London, Dewsbury Hall, who has described himself as being like a mix of United hero Paul Scholes and Kevin De Bruyne, seemed a sensible buy. Brighton have also been heavily linked as they look for a young star to come into their team, whilst Brentford were also touted for a move, with their English core being key to their success down the years. Jacobs, keep an eye on Dewsbury Hall Man United race. United could look to secure a move for the Foxes star. Speaking exclusively to GiveMeSport, Jacobs said that United were on the coattails of the midfielder, who could be available for a fee just north of £30 million in the summer, a relative bargain given how well he did last season. Jacobs said, "Manchester United are looking at a few names in that area. One is Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who is on Brighton's radar as well, and he might be available for £30 to £35 million. Leicester were quoting £45 million in January, and the compensation they received for Enzo Maresca helps them be a bit more bullish, as far as PSR is concerned. But they still may need to settle, so we'll wait and see whether they will entertain an offer for Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. But the expectation is that he could be available on the market, and for a relative bargain. So keep an eye on Manchester United and Brighton there. United will need midfield reinforcements. A plethora of stars could leave Old Trafford this summer. United are set to lose Sofian Amrabat in the early stages of the window, with his loan spell at Old Trafford set to come to an end, whilst Casemiro has been touted with a move away from the club, and that could open the door for 2 central midfielders to come to the fore. Fabrizio Romano has reported that there is interest from the Old Trafford outfit in West Ham United's Edson Alvarez, who Ten Hag knows from their time together at Ajax. Dewsbury Hall is an all-action midfielder who can do everything, but whether he would be the answer for Erik Ten Hag is a different question. Man United asking for big money to sell Mason Greenwood. Manchester United are asking for big money for Mason Greenwood this summer. According to Fabrizio Romano, it is still an open race for the 22-year-old. United are targeting 5 new signings, including 2 quick deals. Manchester United are asking for big money for Mason Greenwood, as it's still a difficult negotiation for clubs showing interest, according to Fabrizio Romano. He suggests no club has agreed a fee yet for Greenwood, who looks to depart Man United on a permanent deal this summer after spending a season on loan at Getafe. Greenwood is set to be part of Man United's summer exodus, as part owners Ineos are unlikely to give him another chance in the first team. Givmesport have earlier revealed that United are asking for around £50 million for the winger, who has not played for the club since January 2022. Greenwood, still only 22, has enjoyed a promising spell at Granada, as he was awarded the club's Player of the Season award after impressing for the Spanish side. Multiple Serie A and La Liga clubs are interested in signing the Bradford-born attacker this summer, including Juventus and Atletico Madrid. Greenwood poised for summer exit. It's still an open race for his signature. Romano, writing in his daily briefing, suggests that no club has advanced in negotiations to sign Greenwood yet. It is still an open race for the 22-year-old. There are many links every day for Mason Greenwood, the latest being with Lazio, but what I'm hearing is that no club has agreed on a fee with Man United. It's still a difficult negotiation, with Man United asking for big money and there are many clubs involved trying to agree on a deal, so it's an open situation so far. In his debut La Liga season, Greenwood has shown glimpses of promise as he scored 10 goals in 36 appearances for Getafe after a solid season for the Madrid-based team. He could be heading back to the Spanish capital this summer. GMS reported earlier that Atletico are in the picture to sign Greenwood this summer. After being told he would not play for Man United last season, the 22-year-old has revived his career abroad and now faces concrete interest from multiple top sides in Europe. Man United I5 signings. The Red Devils are in for a summer rebuild. Manchester United are targeting 5 new signings this summer, journalist Ben Jacobs has told Givmesport. The Red Devils are keen to strengthen 5 positions: left-back, centre-back, central midfielder, winger, and striker, as they are willing to rebuild following their worst finish in Premier League history. According to Jacobs, United are willing to do 2 bits of quick business as early in the summer as centre-back and striker signings seem to remain a priority. He suggests further signings are going to rely on the outgoing, since Man United's starting budget is reportedly as low as £50 million this summer. £300,000 week star set to hold Man United talks. Manchester United talisman Marcus Rashford is on course to be involved in internal discussions over his future role at Old Trafford. The Red Devils winger is desperate to rediscover his best form after struggling to reach previous standards during the 2023-24 campaign. Rashford has been linked with moves to Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain in the aftermath of missing out on bagging a place in England's squad for Euro 2024. Manchester United star Marcus Rashford is expected to have discussions with boss Erik Ten Hag about his role in the team for next season, as he prepares to bounce back from the heartache of missing out on England's European Championship squad. The brother of the Red Devils Academy graduate thrust him back into the spotlight on Thursday night with a social media post that suggested the forward would have made a positive impact during the Three Lions group stage draw against Denmark. Dwayne Rashford, who also acts as his representative, posted his remarks on Instagram in the wake of England's 1-1 stalemate and, as such, brings Rashford back into public thinking at a time when he has a summer break to enjoy. Rashford eager to reproduce best form for Red Devils. Winger desperate to show improvements in new season. Rashford is said to be hungry to recapture his best form and wants to get back to the impressive form he has previously enjoyed in a Manchester United shirt. but the 26-year-old's goal contributions dropped from 30 goals and 10 assists in the 2022-23 season to just 8 goals and 5 assists last term, and he is determined to figure out how he can return to causing havoc for defenders in and around the penalty area. Insiders at Manchester United have explained to GMS that Ten Hag's tactics were altered last season, having an impact on the actions asked of Rashford in terms of his attacking play and movements. This was, in part, to accommodate the style of main striker Rasmus Højlund as he made his Old Trafford breakthrough. There has been some speculation around Rashford looking to leave the Red Devils in order to get back to his best, with Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain both linked recently. However, there does not appear to be a desire to push for a transfer and, instead, it is understood that he can expect to be a key part of his boyhood club's front line from the start of next season, with Ten Hag set to spell out his thought process around how the attack will work. Sources have told GMS that Arsenal have held discussions about Rashford, who is on a contract worth £300,000 per week in his current surroundings, but decided not to pursue a deal. Whether PSG make any genuine attempt to sign him currently seems unlikely too. But Rashford can expect Manchester United to fully support him from the moment he returns for pre-season next month, as word from inside the club is that they are desperate for him to live up to his billing as their poster boy. Ten Hag aiming to oversee summer departures. Greenwood and Sancho among those on the market. There is already enough disappointment around the club about talent failing to fulfill potential and, as such, Manchester United are looking to accelerate their departure strategy to ensure they have improved transfer funds for the summer window. For all the talk of an overhaul, none of the Red Devils' excess talent has yet been snapped up, and that is something that should change in the coming weeks. Mason Greenwood and Jadon Sancho are the most public names being talked about at the moment, while Antony would be allowed to go if a serious offer landed. Manchester United are looking for the likes of Victor Lindelof, Casemiro and Donny van de Beek to go too. A cash influx would allow Ten Hag to fully upgrade the squad, as a new centre-back, central midfielder and striker are all seen as priority areas for recruitment.